so we have Sheri, yes, and Janet, two of our SLP graduate students who participated in our practicum this summer. And so we wanted to ask you guys a few questions. First of all, can you tell us what were some of your, let's start with lows. What were some of the hard things about that practicum experience, challenges?
I would say that one of the harder things was collaborating and finding that time mainly to plan with another student whose life was also very busy. So that was a challenge to find that meeting time. But once we got together, I really enjoyed that aspect of it as well. So.
Yeah, I would have to agree that that was definitely the trickiest part. I guess the other tricky part was we had a tricky kid, but I like those tricky kids. So.
Was any other disappointments or frustrations with it?
I guess attendance.
Yeah.
There was a session that I filled in on, and we'd spent probably a good hour trying to plan an activity and get it all together, and then the student didn't even show up. So
that is frustrating. Okay. What about highs?
Like I said, the collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was just really interesting to get the other end of it. This obviously a field that we are very much linked with in many ways, to see what it's about a little bit more and get to work with some of the students who are involved with that. So.
I was really excited to, when I got the idea to pull an activity that we had done at the stroke center with one of our agrammatic stroke patients. I was really excited to see, to apply it, be a little anxious about it, and see it work pretty well with him, and see him be able to piece together the language puzzle in a way that was really effective for him, I think, and that was really exciting for me.
Yeah, that was fun to watch too.
Yeah.
Any other highs?
I guess just seeing them be excited about their own successes, especially with our little one that was so low energy and not excited to be there. Seeing him smile and get excited on occasion about getting it right or putting together a really good sentence, that was exciting for me.
And what about the whole idea of reading? Because typically you guys are focusing a lot on speech and language, and what about the reading? Was that a natural fit or not a natural fit?
I think it came very naturally, and it's something that I'm interested in and enjoy doing anyway, but it definitely flowed, and you can fit working on syntax or intelligibility or whatever we might want to work on with the students. It goes very well with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they naturally go together. I mean, you can't have reading without the language basis there, and I think it fits really well, and I really enjoyed seeing, it's like I have my few strategies, because I haven't had a whole lot of experience with reading. I only had one practicum in the school, and we didn't see a whole lot of kids for reading, so it was nice to see somebody from the Deaf Ed program applying strategies you hadn't thought about before, or it didn't even occur to me that you could do it that way. So.
Well, were there any surprises? Or how is it different than the practicums that you've had previously?
I think the collaboration aspect is really different, because usually you're one-on-one with a kid, or one of you and 10 of them. So that was kind of nice to have 2 against 1 in the adult's favor, because I felt like there were 2 people rooting for the kid that were on the kids' team.
I kind of had a limited number of hours. I felt like that everyone had 6 hours total that I worked with one student, and that was a little bit different. It would have been nice if it was maybe a 6-week program for 2 hours every week, really consistently.
Right.
It was just kind of hard to get in our groove a little bit and figure out exactly which goals we wanted to work on, or which were most important and which we could be most successful with in that short amount of time, or the short number of sessions.
Yeah, you were also getting feedback from a number of different people instead of one. Was that helpful or overwhelming or positive or negative? Or
I didn't find that to be negative by any means, but it was different. Usually our supervisor is one supervisor that you're looking to. But again, I don't know. I think the more people, the more knowledge, pretty much on most things.
I thought it was helpful. I guess I came in late in the game, so I didn't even realize that was happening until one day when I came out of the room and 4 people were standing there saying, I really like the way that you blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, Dad, you were watching? There were people watching. So that was, it was nice to hear from different people, different ideas, because I think everybody has something different to bring to the table.
In terms of the project, again, collaborating across professions, what are some of the benefits that you see for the kids that you work with?
Well, again, I guess kind of like Sheri was saying, just the opportunity to have 2 professionals who are trained in some similar ways, but they also have their specialties, that we're focusing on. I think that obviously is of benefit to them. And working with Jessica, she had a much more comfortable feel with John. I felt like I don't know if they had more experience before together or just being in a similar community. I felt like they had this sort of a relationship and bond that was really neat to watch.
Yeah, there was a natural dynamic, and especially when you're looking at communication, for him to have the model of 2 more competent communication partners was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, and then our different styles. I guess that's kind of what I was getting at, is that Jessica was more friendly and, I don't know, just seemed to get him a little bit more. And then I was maybe a little bit more, I don't know, stayed on him, more strict maybe. But.
Yeah. Well, I also saw you do a nice job of filling the gaps. When something was missing, you did a good job of coming behind. What about for you guys as professionals? Recommendations to continue this model, or what would you change? Or
continuing it and exploring the possibilities with a little bit more, setting up maybe a little bit more structured or regular system for
formalizing it.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought it was really helpful for both the kids and the adults, because when I was trying one strategy to help him read a word, she could fill in like, oh, let's try this. And when I felt like she was expecting too much out of his expressive language, more than he could handle, I was able to kind of scaffold him in a way that, I think that they really benefited each other. And it also helped for me to see, you really don't get the chance, I guess, to interact with other professionals in the way that this practicum allows you to. I mean, I've been on interdisciplinary teams for evaluations or anything, but rarely are you co-treating in a way that helps bring everything together all at once, because I think both feed into each other, and it's also really helpful to see what the other profession is doing and how you can best support them in their goals. And I think you can both achieve your goals together better if you can see what the other person is doing.
Okay. Anything you'd like to add?
It was fun. It was a really great experience. I would definitely love to do it again.